Hello everyone, this is Rugio Duelist back with another video. Yes, I'm once again here with my Floowandereeze deck. I managed to top a locals tournament yesterday, literally yesterday. I believe it was like 25 to 26 to 30 players. I did manage to reach top cut, also managed to get all the way to top 4, and I went up against the Kashtira at full power and with other variants, and I held my own with the deck. And again, this is post-banless, no barrier statute, as you're about to see. So that's a plus for those of us who love Floowandereeze, huh? Managing to stand up and hold our own against Kashtira. All right, guys, I'm not going to waste too much time. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, normally, I did not want to do more deck profiles regarding Floowandereeze, at least not for a while, but again, with the newest ban list and now that barrier statue is banned, let's see. I managed to top, and I got all the way to top 4, so let's just get right into it. Let's just get right into it, okay, shall we? So I'll start off with 2 M-Pen. Not much has changed. I will be making some drastic changes to the main deck and maybe even the side and the extra deck. So there we go, 2 M-Pen. So I am playing 1 Mega Ryza, and I am playing Snarl. A lot of people aren't playing Snarl, but I like it as a card. It was very useful in the tournament, I believe like 1 or 2 times. It comes up every now and then. Very underrated quick effect during the opponent's turn to put everything face down and just Book of Eclipse them all. I recommend players at least like main decking, side decking, or at least playing 1 just in case, just because Kashtira is running around. Very useful. All right. Triple Rabina. That's just standard Floowandereeze stuff. Triple Eaglin. 1 Stree. 1 Toucan. Triple Dimension Shifter. Still very powerful and very useful card. If you can play it. Against Kashtira, this will do nothing, but against every other deck, it will still hurt them a lot, or at least most of them. So I play Harpist as a semi-replacement for Barrier Statue. It can replace it completely, but you can search this off Rabina, and when you normal summon this, you can target another bird on the field, whether it's M-Pen or any of the little birds. Bounce them, target on face-up monster your opponent controls, and bounce them both to the hand. So she's like a compulse on normal summon. Very useful effect. If going even more so going second, or to interrupt the opponent's turn whenever you do the sequence, whenever you do with the field spell and the trap. 3 maps. You need to play 3 of the field spell, of course. That double summon is very useful. So I am playing 2 Unexplored Winds. I've been testing out 2 for a while. It doesn't really conflict as much as you think with Pot of Prosperity, but it still does kind of it still does, but it rarely breaks. I've played 2 for like 2 months now, and it will rarely conflict with Pot of Prosperity. That I assure you. Unfortunately, I must be honest, it did kind of break it. It did cost me 1 game having 2 in the main deck and going in the first game. I am main decking it, but right now I'd rather have 2 and see 2 sooner rather than later, so it's all up to personal preference. 3 of this. You must play this, the Advent of Adventure. Again, banish a bird, add any Floowandereeze monster or the field spell from your deck to your hand and gain 500 life points. Also good for winning in time. Then we're playing Triple Prosperity. You guys know what this card does. Lets us get to our combo pieces all the more faster. Triple Duality. Again, we gotta excavate and get those combo pieces. Main decking double Cosmic Cyclone. This was helpful. This actually helped me immensely win in top 8. I always main deck 2 because floodgates and back row removals will always be a problem in the game, and I really do not want to lose to that in the very first game. So I am always going to main deck 2 of these. That being said, with time rules, I am planning on cutting this card out and replacing it with something more old school. Maybe I'll show it to you guys someday here in the channel, but that's a story for another day. Let's move on. I am either going to bump this main deck, bump this up to 3 in the main deck, or even put like maybe go back to playing Book of Moon in the main or side, because Kashtira was everywhere. The newest deck archetype, it's very crazy and powerful. So I haven't told you guys about my matchups real quick. I went up against various Kashtira engines, like for top 8 and top 4. I went up against Kashtira Pure in top 8 and top 4 Punk Kashtira, which is like, should have known that should have been an engine. They have good synergy. They're both psychic monsters. Again, there's the synergy. They can play emergency teleport, do lots of shenanigans. I believe they can go into Psychic and Punisher, which is the synchro monster. What was 5 rounds? Real quick, let's get to the next one. Dimensional Fissure. So I am going to cut this off, or I'm probably just going to side deck 2, because this card really cost me rounds 1. And yeah, this card literally cost me round 1, and it was a draw in round 2. So I'm probably going to cut this or like side deck 2, but I'm not main decking this anymore. Was not expecting this many Kashtira players off the bat at my usual locals, but it's still a good card nonetheless. The trap card, of course. I am playing 1. I was thinking about bumping this up to 2 in the main deck, but I don't want to break if I go second. And I have tested it, and sometimes you open 2 of them, and it's not very good if you go second. So the 1-up is fine for now. 2 of this works in conjunction with Harpy Harpist. Very good card. Now that Bear Statue's gone, you kind of have to at least main deck 2 of these, or you can side it. Of course, I side the 3rd one, but you really need to play this if you want to win moving. If you really want to lock those wins moving forward. And play 43 cards in the main deck. This should be 43. Triple evenly match. I do not regret this. This card is way too good. You can out boards, and 3 is just the right number. You really need to see this card going second as soon as possible. So. And that's the main deck. Let's go into the side or the extra deck. So the extra deck, again, most of these are just like targets of a certain spell. This to break Boris, the Underworld Goddess. Little Tri-Brigade package. I am probably gonna put the Link 5 in here, because I heard the Link 5 has a graveyard effect and it's a good target for a certain spell in my side deck. Harpy Conductor. Get the Harpy Harpist, summon this card out. Also activate the Harpy's Feathered Storm from your hand. This is just a target for a certain spell, and again, most of these are just like targets for a certain spell in my side deck. Might probably cut the Garura, 2 Antis, 1 Toad, okay, 1 Frog, 1 more Logic Aggregator, great Xyz target, and the Liverlust package, Downer Magician, and of course, good old Zeus. That is the extra deck, 15 cards, just in case. Now let's move on to the side deck. And for the side deck, 3 of this. This was useful. It actually came up and it actually managed to help me break a board going second. And here is the Ultimate Slayer. So with Kashtira running around, I'm no longer main decking this, because as long as they have the new boss monster, everything gets banished, and this has to send to graveyard to be activated. So now, moving forward, these are going to be side deck, and the Book of Eclipse are going to be main deck. I might bump Book of Eclipse in the main deck up to 3, so yeah, there's that. Let's move on. Triple Silent Graveyard, in case Tears showed up. It did not show up. I also did not see any Naturia decks for like heavy graveyard decks, so this did not see play in the tournament. Still, I am gonna keep it side just in case. One never knows how many decks with graveyard effects are running around. That's 9 cards. So the last Cosmic Cyclone. Since you guys saw earlier, I main deck 2. Harpy's Feather Duster, you know, for the back row. And you're gonna need this because I went up against a Labyrinth player in the final round in Swiss in the tournament, and not sure if I resolved it. I believe it was Lightning Storm, but I do believe I tried to resolve one of these. Not quite sure. I don't remember. But you're gonna need back row mover for this upcoming format as well. So this in the side for now. The third one again. I'm gonna main deck 2, and the third one is gonna be side because I don't want to break if I go second. So still have it maxed out on that card. And finally, a new tech that I tried out, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it again. I am side decking triple copies of And the Band Played On for Kashtira. It works against other decks as well, but it was more so again for Kashtira. It's a great floodgate. It was very useful in top 8. It was the only time I played the card. Managed to resolve one. 2 turns later, he managed to out it out, but it was a little bit annoying for him because he needed to have at least like 2 special summon level 7 monsters in the field. The same goes for his XCs. But I'm not quite sure if I'll use it again. Players might catch on to this real quick. I'm not quite sure if this is the best floodgate, but I tried, and it sealed the deal in top 8, managing to get me to top 4. So can't complain. And that is it. That is my Floowandereeze top 8/top 4 deck profile. So, to finish things off, I gotta finish explaining it to you guys because while I showed the Book of Eclipse, it was brief, but my matches were as follows. It was 5 rounds. I went up against, let's see, Kashtira, pure Kashtira in round 1. Round 2, it was like a Kashtira adventure with the Punk and Raid Raptors. Interestingly enough. Round 3 was another Kashtira variant with Punk, Gold, the new Gold Pride cards that work well with Punk and like something else. Not quite sure. It was a variant of like amalgamation of a lot of cards. Round 4, I believe it was branded Despia. Round 5, it was Labyrinth. That is why I spoke about this card and back row being a thing in this format. So Labyrinth, the new trap deck, is basically like the new Eldritch, which is like, but supposedly more potent. That was round 5, and for top 8, I went up against pure Kashtira. That was a very tough match for me, but I managed to pull through. And for top 4, it was Kashtira Punk. The guy won the dice roll. He was a very, very skilled player. In second game, I just did this, and I did my normal summon sequence and just like finish him off from there. Then we went to game 3. Unfortunately, I break even going second, but it does happen. It is what it is. Still, part of the deck. No barrier statue, no problem. Literally, we can. This deck is still very, very good. It can still win matches and top. All right, guys, that is it. Hopefully, I will make a deck regarding with a deck that is not Floowandereeze. That is all I have for you today. I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day yesterday. Godspeed, and play if you can. Have a great day.